Hello everyone, and welcome back to Stories with H.G. Flitcher. In this episode, a rather short story, I'm going to tell you about the time that my sister and I, on a family vacation, almost got swallowed by the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah. So, the way it started is my sister and I wanted just to tread water at the shore of the Mediterranean Sea at one of our relatives' beach house. So we were just chilling, not really thinking much about anything. We just wanted to enjoy our vacation. So we're just treading water, our feet barely touching the bottom of the sea, and we start to notice that the shore was getting farther and farther away. But we didn't feel anything. We didn't feel ourselves being pulled back by the salt water. And I think maybe 10-15 minutes into this change in environment and proximity of where we were, the waves started to get bigger and bigger, like the tide. It was getting much stronger. But we only felt ourselves moving. Like, it wasn't like a tidal wave was coming or anything extreme like that. So when we noticed that that's what was happening, we're like, okay, let's just try to swim back before we get too far away. But as we were swimming back, we noticed that we were actually doing the opposite. We were actually fighting the waves. So the waves started getting bigger, and the bigger they got, the harder it was for us to actually swim towards safety. So my sister said, "Andre, stop swimming, stop stroking forward. Just wait for the wave to build up, and then on the descent we'll swim with it and then make our way back to shore." So that's what we did. We waited for the right time. We were at the peak of at that wave, and then went into our front crawl, and it started to work. So it felt really intense. Like, it may sound just like a logical thing that we were doing, but we were like freaking out. I mean, this was it was 7 years ago. It was the last time I went on a vacation with my family. Anyway, so we get to the shore, and I noticed that the ground was rather spongy, or the bottom of the sea was spongy, very slimy too. So because we were like this the whole time, still feeling the waves, I wasn't really careful with my footing. So I slipped, and my foot got caught on this coral and cut my foot open. And I mean, I was in so much pain. I was just like, ah! Oh, my foot! Ah! So I hobbled my way to the beach, and it wasn't really a nice one. I remember having so many rough areas to walk on. So I hobbled my way to a safe area. Someone cleans up my wound and then patches up my foot. And that night, when we were sleeping, both of us felt like this when we were sleeping. And yeah, so that's really it. It's not really a long story, but it did inspire, I'll tell you this, it did inspire one scene in book 2 of Boone and Jacques, which is entitled The Brothers' Odyssey. Brothers apostrophe after the S. There is this tidal wave scene where the ocean becomes this black oil that's both burning and freezing. So because I remembered the sensation of the waves and this whole huge body of water that I thought could have taken me away if I wasn't smart about how I swam, and listening to my sister, obviously, that it inspired that of the sensation of panic and being in a different environment that you're not used to. So yeah, it was a real inspiration. So that's more of a fun story. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day, and happy reading. Alright, bye bye now.